My family calls me a traitor. Society calls our love a sin. But the truth is, in my nephew's arms, I finally felt alive for the first time in years. Hello and welcome back to Hidden Love Stories. Today we're exploring a story that challenges every rule, a forbidden love so intense it could tear a family apart. What happens when the person who awakens your heart is the one person you can never have? If you believe that love can be found in the most unexpected and complicated of places, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. You won't want to miss how this shocking story unfolds. Now let's begin. I'm Ava, and at 65, beauty has never left my side. My curves, flawless skin, and enchanting smile draw every gaze. My thick gray hair cascades in soft waves past my shoulders, while my warm, honeyed brown eyes conceal a secret that captivates those around me. In my solitude, far from love since my husband's death, the weight of stares and whispers lingers, yet their impact fades into nothingness. My life has been calm and routine, and I've come to accept it. I've decided to distance myself from love. Offers have come, but none have truly mattered. Men of every age, from silver-haired seekers of connection to those young enough to be my sons, have attempted to win me over. Yet I always refuse. I convince myself I'm past the age for romantic games, yet deep down I understand it's so much more. My heart is a fortress, sealed tight. Loss has been my shadow, and the idea of facing it once more fills me with dread. As the sun sank, casting fiery hues across the sky, Tom's call shattered the stillness of the evening. Tom, my sister's sole child, holds a special place in my heart. In his mid-30s, he radiates energy, his mischievous grin hinting at chaos to come. His tall, athletic frame and confident swagger command attention, particularly from women. My sister Lucy has called me over and over, pouring out her frustration about his flirty ways. Ava would say, "This boy will be the death of me. He can't resist the allure of every passing glance." I brushed it aside, insisting it was merely a phase. Boys' ages can feel like a fleeting moment, yet beneath it all, I sensed Tom was unlike anyone else. He moved with a charm, an undeniable pull, drawing women in, even when they knew they should resist. "Hello, Aunt Ava." Tom's voice sparkled with joy over the phone. "I hope I'm not intruding." "No way," I shot back. "What's happening?" "Could I possibly stay at your place this weekend? I need a moment to breathe, to escape it all." Tom's voice crackled on the line, a tremor of uncertainty lacing his words. I halted, stunned and unprepared. Tom, my nephew, seldom made such demands. He never asked for a place to stay without a reason, not when his life was so full of noise and distraction. My home, a serene escape from the city's chaos, was a warm haven with a garden that whispered secrets in the back. Nothing like the thrill a young man like Tom craved. His tone held a weight that forced me to pause and rethink. This was no ordinary ask. An unvoiced urgency lingered in his words. After a fleeting moment, I answered, my heart heavy with worry and warmth. "Absolutely, Tom," I replied with warmth. "Your presence is always cherished here. Whenever you seek refuge, this place is yours as well." "Thank you," Aunt Ava replied, her voice carrying a hint of brightness. "I'll arrive by Friday evening after we finish our call." A surge of curiosity washed over me. What haunted him so deeply? Did it involve a woman? A love turned sour? Or perhaps a rift with his mother? Tom was an enigma, brimming with unexpected twists and depths that hinted at something profound. I couldn't grasp it all. Curiosity gnawed at me. What had driven him to this sanctuary? What secrets would the weekend unveil? As Friday neared, time raced by, each moment slipping through fingers like sand. Suddenly, evening descended upon me. The familiar roar of his car echoed as it rolled into the driveway, jolting me from my thoughts. I rose, anticipation coursing through me, heart racing as he approached the door. Tom stood before me, a blend of the familiar and the new. Dark jeans clung to his athletic form, and a fitted black t-shirt accentuated the changes time had wrought. He was strikingly handsome, a vision that captivated all. His smile radiated warmth, yet his eyes held a deeper secret. A spark of unease, a silent strain beneath his usual bravado. "Aunt Ava!" he exclaimed, his voice warm as he enveloped me in a fierce embrace. "You look breathtaking, as ever." His charm made me smile, a quality that time could never erase. Text. "And you're as charming as ever," I replied, laughter bubbling up inside me. "Step inside. Let's make you comfortable." Tom stepped through the door, his gaze darting across the familiar space of my home. The living room, drenched in warm light, embraced him like a long-lost friend. The warm, inviting scent of fresh-baked bread clung to the air, wrapping the space in a tender embrace. My home was a sanctuary, a breath of relief in a chaotic world. Tonight, as Tom scanned the room, I felt his struggle to belong, a soul seeking solace amid the storm. What led him to this moment, and what truth was he seeking this weekend? A sense of impending revelation washed over me. "Wow," he breathed, collapsing onto the couch, a fleeting relief washing over him. "This place has been haunting me." I laughed and teased. "You're acting like it's been ages since you were last here." He leaned back, eyes shut for a moment. "It's been a whirlwind," he said. "I can't catch my breath." I arched an eyebrow. My curiosity ignited. I remained quiet, yearning for more, but he only shook his head, a subtle smile hinting at unspoken depths. As night fell, we stepped into the garden, the breeze whispering through the trees, laden with the intoxicating scent of blossoms. The calm surroundings urged him to open up, to share his thoughts without hesitation. We lingered in silence, crickets chirping and leaves whispering, a fragile peace enveloping us. At last, Tom shattered the stillness. "You know, Aunt Ava," he started, his voice unusually quiet. Trapped in a relentless cycle, the parties blur, the faces fade. At first, it's exhilarating, but soon it becomes utterly exhausting. His words struck me like a lightning bolt. This was not the bold, untroubled spirit. Tom recognized the young man, always exuding an effortless charm that captivated everyone around him. He was exposing his deepest fragility. A surge of worry hit me as I grasped the weight he bore alone. I paused, letting his words sink in, then replied quietly, "Perhaps a shift is overdue." Tom sighed, his eyes lost in the garden's depths. "Perhaps," he whispered, "but it's far more complicated. Everyone has their demands, their hopes for me, you know. Stepping off their path feels like betrayal, a weight I can't bear." I leaned in, my hand softly resting on his. "Tom," I said, my voice unwavering yet brimming with empathy. "Break free from the weight of others' expectations. You're still so very young. Take your time. Shape your life your way." He locked his gaze on me, time stretching between us. His gaze pierced through me, unexpected and electrifying. His gaze held a secret, a silent intensity that sent my heart racing. It disturbed me, yet I couldn't grasp the reason. The weekend slipped away, a whirlwind of fleeting tranquility and conversations that lingered, heavy with unspoken emotions. Tom, once distant, slowly opened up, and I felt myself easing into his presence, a bond forming in the quiet moments we shared. A delightful shock, completely unexpected. As the weekend unfolded, his presence became more precious than I ever imagined. Yet, in those brief instants, so delicate yet undeniable, I would find him gazing at me, igniting a fire within. It was subtle, a fleeting gaze or a soft, knowing smile that hinted at unspoken depths, a connection that transcended words. Tom's time at my house became a surprising, tender experience that caught me off guard. He ignited a spark in the stillness of my home. His laughter echoed through the rooms, teasing me with a boyish charm that momentarily lifted the weight of the years, leaving me feeling lighter. His presence ignited my home, breathing life into it after an eternity of silence. In the kitchen, chopping vegetables, I caught his smile. In that moment, joy danced between us, turning the mundane into magic. His hands danced with precision, yet he would halt, snatch a cucumber slice and smile, sparking a laugh from me. I gazed at him, my voice barely a whisper. "You're spoiling me." My tone danced between playful and sincere. He winked at me, warmth radiating from his sincere gaze. "Text, you've earned this, Aunt Ava," he whispered. His voice dripped with warmth. "You give everything to others. Finally, someone is here to look after you." His words burrowed into my soul, igniting a warmth I never saw coming. It had been ages since I felt genuinely cherished. Tom had a way of making it happen effortlessly, brewing the perfect morning tea, fixing the little things I had long overlooked. His every move echoed with meaning. He brought a warmth to my heart that I thought I'd lost forever. In that moment, it struck me how deeply I craved that kind of attention. It was more than his kindness that changed everything for me. Tom's playful spirit etched itself into memory, unforgettable and profound. His joy was infectious, catching me off guard every time. He would appear out of nowhere, wrapping his arms around me, a soft kiss landing on my cheek or the nape of my neck, leaving my heart racing. Each time he did it, I gasped, his teasing voice wrapping around me like a warm embrace. "Aunt Ava, why so serious?" "Just let go a bit." I burst into laughter at his antics, playfully swatting him away. Even as I moved on, the warmth of his touch clung to me, refusing to fade. His touch lingered, a feather-light caress that anchored itself in my mind, haunting me with an intensity I couldn't articulate. One evening, lost in a book on the couch, Tom suddenly dropped down beside me, his carefree energy electrifying the air. In an instant, he draped his arm over my shoulders, leaning in, his gaze locked on the pages. His closeness consumed me, a dizzying warmth enveloping us both. "Is this love?" His voice danced low and teasing, laced with curiosity, pulling me in deeper than I dared to acknowledge. "It's none of your business," I shot back, my cheeks burning under the weight of his stare. Tom's laughter echoed, deep and resonant, sending a shiver racing down my spine. He moved in, his fingers grazing my arm, a spark igniting between us. The fleeting touch ignited a surge within me, and I shot up, feigning a fix of the curtains to mask the wave of discomfort crashing over me. "You're too restless," I whispered, feigning irritation as my heart raced wildly. "You love it," Tom replied, mischief lacing his voice. His playful, knowing grin stole my breath away. I stayed silent, turning away, yet his presence lingered, unsettling me more than I anticipated. Days slipped by, yet Tom's presence lingered, haunting and profound. His playful touches, the lingering gaze, and the casual yet intimate gestures ignited something within me, spiraling into emotions I couldn't contain. It wasn't merely his words or actions, it was the spark he ignited within me, awakening a part of my soul I never knew was dormant. I craved his hugs, the playful jabs, the thrill of his closeness, igniting a fire of desire within me. Denial was slipping away, impossible to hold on to. Late at night, the house held its breath, the ceiling fan whispered, and crickets sang their lonely song. In the solitude of the kitchen, as I tucked away the dishes, footsteps echoed behind me. I turned to see Tom enter, his bare chest and arms glistening, shadows dancing across his skin in the dim light. His effortless confidence and unguarded nature sent my heart racing, leaving me breathless and confused. Restless nights. He asked, his voice a whisper, as if he were reaching through the barrier that separated them. I had endured. No, I said, my eyes darting to him for a heartbeat before I turned away. His gaze bore down on me as he stepped closer, leaning against the counter, the air thick with tension. His body eased, yet his gaze pierced through me, urging me to bridge the gap. You've been silent today, he noted, worry threading through his voice. Is everything all right? I nodded, yet my tightening chest whispered the truth. A tension hung between us, thick and palpable, unlike anything we'd felt before. It enveloped us, and his gaze, magnetic, drew me closer. Silence hung heavy between us. The silence lingered, thick with anticipation. At last he shattered it, his voice a mere whisper, lingering in the silence. Have you heard of Aunt Ava? His words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken truths. Your beauty captivates me like no other. A gasp lodged in my throat, and time stood still. His words hit me hard, igniting a surge of raw emotion within. My heart raced, each thump echoing in the silence that enveloped us. Tom, please don't say that. I controlled my voice, just a whisper, my eyes averted, unable to face the intensity in his gaze. Why not take the leap? He inquired. His voice was steady, yet it carried a vulnerability that pulled me in, making it impossible to turn away. It's the undeniable truth. He stepped closer, his hand extending slowly, as if inviting me to halt him, yet I chose not to. His fingers swept a strand of hair from my face, a soft touch that stole my breath away. The touch ignited a storm within me, wild and uncontrollable, a tug. I had to confront it. Tom, this isn't how it started, but... He cut me off, silencing my words before they could escape. His voice dropped to a low murmur, yet it carried an undeniable certainty. My heart pounded wildly, my mind churned with a storm of emotions. I gasped, desperate to scream, to halt this before it spiraled out of control. Silence swallowed the moment. All I could do was stand frozen as his hand slid to my waist, the heat of his touch searing through my clothes, drawing me in, closer than I ever thought possible. His arms tightened around me, a fierce warmth igniting a fire within, something I thought I had buried deep. The distance dissolved, leaving only the pounding of my heart and the weight of his body pressed against me. Tom, we can't, I breathed, my voice shaking. Yet, as the words escaped me, my body remained frozen in place. It clung to his, revealing all the lies I had convinced myself were real. His lips grazed my cheek, tantalizingly near, the warmth of his breath almost igniting my skin. The fleeting contact stole my breath, and time itself paused in that instant. Time froze. Time hung heavy, thick with the weight of everything we dared not say. Time slipped away as we remained still, locked in silence, neither daring to move. Words hung heavy in the air, unspoken yet electrifying, binding us in silence. I broke free, gasping for air, my heart racing, echoing in my ears. Sleep tight. Something was brewing between us, undeniable and fierce. I fought it, but deep down, I knew it was only a matter of time before everything erupted. The afternoon heat scorched my skin, and a cool shower beckoned like salvation. My room was serene, the stillness shattered only by the faint echo of life beyond. Sunlight burst through the window, splashing patterns on the walls, crafting a serene yet haunting atmosphere. I slipped out of my clothes, the fabric pooling at my feet, and cocooned myself in a soft white towel. The fabric caressed my skin, its coolness a whisper of comfort as I clutched it tight. My hair was loosely tied back, strands escaping to frame my face, creating an unintentional, careless look that deepened the calm of the moment. Just as I was about to head to the bathroom, it hit me. My phone lay abandoned on the coffee table in the living room. The phone rang incessantly, yet an unsettling calm lingered. Nothing hinted at the urgency beneath the surface. It could wait, just a moment longer. But then, just as I reached for the knob, I heard it. The soft, deliberate footsteps outside my door. A pause, then a tentative knock echoed in the silence. "Aunt Ava." Tom's voice pierced through the door. Before I could react, the door creaked open, and there he was, standing in the doorway, clutching my phone. His gaze locked with mine, and in that fleeting moment, surprise flickered across his face. "Your phone's been..." His words faded as his eyes locked onto mine. I stood there, a towel my only shield, skin glistening from the shower's warmth, steam enveloping me, my bare shoulders catching the light. His face registered shock, eyes widening in disbelief. For a heartbeat, he froze, mouth opening as if to speak, but silence engulfed him. In that instant, my pulse surged, heart pounding fiercely, the once expansive room now constricting around us, the air thickening with each heartbeat. "Tom," I whispered, my voice barely a breath. My throat constricted, words caught as I struggled to grasp the chaos unfolding around me. Tom moved swiftly, deliberate. Before I could grasp what was happening, he was there, strong hands cupping my face, gentle yet firm. His fingers traced my jaw as our eyes locked, a mix of hesitation and something deeper flickering in his gaze. A shiver ran through me. His eyes searched for a connection that felt suddenly undeniable. "Aunt Ava, I can't hold back anymore," he whispered, his voice low and filled with raw and desperate emotion. And then, without any further warning, he kissed me. The kiss was not what I had expected. It was electric, charged with a force that left me breathless. His lips were soft but insistent, moving against mine with a kind of fierce tenderness that I couldn't resist. For a moment I stood frozen, unable to react, shocked, stunned, my mind struggling to catch up with my racing heart. But as his hand slid from my waist and pulled me closer, I felt something stir inside me, something that had lain dormant for far too long. A hunger, a deep aching need I hadn't realized was there until that very moment. "Tom," I whispered, breaking the kiss just enough to speak. But he didn't let me finish. His lips came back to mine, silencing me with a deep, passionate kiss that left me trembling deeper this time, more urgent. The intensity of the moment pressed against us. The towel slipped slightly, its fabric giving way under the growing tension, and instinctively, I clutched it tighter. But Tom's hands were already there, steady, sure, holding me with such tenderness, like I was something invaluable, something he'd been waiting for. "I've wanted to do this for a very long time," he confessed, in a voice that was raw, filled with yearning, almost horror. His words washed over me like a wave, sending an electric thrill through my body. I didn't have the chance to overthink it before my own instincts took over. Without hesitation, my arms found their way around his neck, pulling him closer. Our bodies fit together with an ease that startled me. I kissed him back. The urgency of it was surprising. Even I, as if this moment had been building for years. The afternoon sun, once warm and gentle, now seemed to blaze hotter, its rays intensifying as we lost ourselves in each other's presence. Time seemed to slow, the world outside fading away until there was only us, tangled together in this stolen, reckless intimacy. Eventually, my towel gave way entirely, falling to the floor in a soft heap, forgotten in the heat of the moment. "Ava," he breathed, his voice thick with awe, his eyes locked onto mine, filled with a depth that left me breathless. His fingertips traced the curves of my body with such reverence, as if he were memorizing every inch of me. Each touch was tender and deliberate. I knew what we were doing was dangerous and forbidden. Even a part of me screamed to stop, to pull away before we crossed a line we couldn't uncross. But in that instant, every ounce of reason, every shred of restraint melted away. All I could feel was the raw, overwhelming sensation of being alive in a way that made me feel cherished, desired in a way I hadn't in so long. Tom held me with a reverence that made my heart swell. His warm and steady hand slid down my back, tracing every curve with such tenderness that I shivered. My body responded to his touch in ways I couldn't have anticipated. His lips brushed against my neck, soft and lingering, sending waves of heat through my entire body, leaving me trembling. "Ava," he whispered, his voice low and trembling against my ear. The intimacy of it made my heart race. "You're so beautiful. I've never seen anyone like you." The way he said my name, the tenderness in his voice, made my heart skip a beat. A blush spread across my cheeks, and when I looked up at him, his gaze was locked onto mine, fierce, intense, and full of emotion that left me breathless. Slowly he leaned in again, his lips capturing mine in a kiss that was deeper this time, filled with unspoken promises, passion, and longing that we both seemed to share. As the kiss deepened, Tom's hands roamed over my arms and my shoulders down to my waist. His touch was gentle but firm, pulling me closer and enveloping me in his strong embrace, like he never wanted to let me go. I could feel the heat of his body pressed against mine, his heartbeat steady and strong, echoing in my chest, reminding me that we were both here in this moment together. "Tom," I whispered, my voice barely audible, trembling with the depth of the emotions rushing through me. But he silenced me with another kiss, deeper this time, as if he couldn't get enough. His lips moved against mine with a confidence that left me breathless. Every touch was more urgent than the last one of his hands cued my face, his thumb gently brushing over my skin as his eyes bored into mine with an expression that was both tender and intense, filled with a quiet awe. "I've dreamed of this," he confessed, his voice low, thick with emotion, "of holding you, of being close to you. You have no idea what you mean to me." His raw and vulnerable words made my heart ache in the best possible way, opening a floodgate of emotions I hadn't realized I'd been holding back. I reached up, my fingers trembling as they traced the line of his jaw, marveling at how real he felt, how solid and tangible, as if he could be the answer to everything I'd been missing. I didn't know I could feel this way again. I admitted my voice was shaking, the vulnerability of the moment making my chest tighten. "You deserve to feel this way," Tom said, his voice unwavering, filled with an intensity that left no room for doubt. "You deserve to be loved, to be cherished, to feel wanted. You deserve this, Ava." His words wrapped around me like a promise, and in that moment, I realized that I was ready to let go of everything that had held me back. The moment felt almost dreamlike, as though we were suspended in a world of our own, the only two people who existed in that entire universe. The afternoon sunlight filtered through the window, its golden rays spilling across the room, enveloping us in a soft, comforting warmth that seemed to heighten the magic of the moment. "Are you okay?"